friends, my name is Chris Elliott. I'd like to welcome you to this latest CyprusScene review, where we're talking to members of the British Resident Society of Northern Cyprus, TRNC, about their lobbying campaign to ask registered UK citizens to write to their UK MP or the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office, demanding that unfair treatment on all people living in or visiting Northern Cyprus is lifted. Welcome, BRS President Peter Wilkins and Hakan Redif to CyprusScene, and please can you remind everyone why you're lobbying the UK government?
Yeah, sure. Obviously, we're not going to go into history. I think there's been enough said about that, but obviously we believe the TRNC has been subjected to racism and isolation since 1974. Isolation comes in many forms. Not being able to have direct flights outside or beyond Turkey. And as a result of that, obviously tourism is restricted and it affects the economy. And being excluded from monies supplied to Cyprus and the EU for UK health support. We were aware that the UK pays an amount of money each year to Cyprus, but obviously, that stops at the border. We don't see any of it. Being unable to export goods beyond Cyprus, Northern Cyprus, obviously affects the economy again and stifles entrepreneurial growth within the economy. And obviously, international isolation affects all sorts of things, even down to sports. Where sportsmen and women and children can't even take part in places other than at home here in the TRNC.
Can you tell me how the campaign is progressing, Hakan?
Hi, Chris. Sure, of course. Well, we think it's going well. Obviously, something like this has never been undertaken before, so we never really set ourselves any targets. Obviously, the more letters that are sent, the more impact we'll have. We're coming up to the 500 letter mark, which is a really good effort from everyone to date so far. Of these 500, I would say 200 individual MPs have been written to. So if you think about it, if there's 650 MPs in the UK, we're coming up to at least a third of MPs receiving individual letters.
Okay.
I'd like to stress that when we say the word campaign, obviously we've started off with our letter writing campaign, but in addition to the letter writing campaign, there is obviously the overall lobbying campaign. So there needs to be a distinction between the two. We're going to continue with the letter writing campaign. In terms of other initiatives, so far we're consistently meeting with all our key stakeholders. We're building really strong links with a key stakeholder called the Freedom and Fairness of North Cyprus campaign. We have recently met with journalists from The Guardian, The Express and GB News. And we're continuing to meet with all other interested parties to see if and when any of our initiatives will dovetail.
Hakan, have you received or been aware of a person or persons not wishing to support the campaign?
Throughout the month of January, I took the opportunity to visit as many clinics as possible so I could speak to people face to face. The overwhelming majority are supportive, but if you think about it, we had a feeling that they would be based on the questionnaire that we sent out back in the summer, whether such a campaign had any backing. Obviously, everyone's entitled to their opinions, and there are a very small handful of people who have either said something along the lines of, no, we don't want to be involved because we like Cyprus the way it is, or something along the lines of, no, thank you. I'm not really political, so I'd rather not send my letter. But literally, that is the extent of any people who are not willing to take part.
Okay. I think the other question I'd like to ask is, are you still looking for more people to join in, basically?
Without a shadow of a doubt, this is a numbers game. We're not hiding from that fact. The more letters that are sent, the stronger our hand will be later on in the lobbying campaign process. The more individual MPs who receive letters, the stronger our hand will be, because it's all about raising awareness. So this is why our message at the moment is it is open to all British nationals. We want as many British nationals as possible, whether they're residing in the TRNC, the UK, or anywhere in the world. It's open to all British nationals.
Okay. Right, Peter.
Yeah.
Why do you think some people will not participate?
I think there are several reasons, to be fair, Chris. First and foremost, people don't think it'll get any results. You know, they're pretty apathetic about the whole thing. They've seen it before, so that's an issue. Some people are concerned that the UK government may find out that they're not in the UK, for example, which to some people is a problem. Some people are not confident with computers and cannot complete the online process. Raising awareness of the campaign. I mean, we've tried to spread it as widely as we can, specifically using this medium today. And finally, I think it's thought to be political.
So, how can you overcome these issues?
Well, this has never been attempted before, as Hakan mentioned earlier, and direct flights and everything like that. It is different. We've got expats in the UK, ourselves here, and various groups around the UK and the world working together. So it's somewhat different to anything that we've ever sort of come across before. So we're hoping that people will realise that you know, we've got a real opportunity here to join the process. Secondly, those people who are registered to vote in the UK really don't have any concerns. Obviously, they've got an address, they've got whatever they need to join the campaign, and so they shouldn't be worried. And as far as people that don't have the right to vote in the UK, and obviously there's a lot of them, all we're asking is for a passport number to be added to the letter, which shows obviously that they are a UK citizen. We use an automated computer system to generate these letters, which is somewhat specialized, very simple, and it's on our website, which is https://brstrnc.com, and it's open to everyone. It's not just members, it's open to absolutely every UK citizen. They can go onto that website, they can create the letter, there's the letters there, they can read, and it's a very simple process. However, we do recognise that some people are less competent, and as Hakan touched on, you know, we're going to clinics around the north to actually help people progress their letters if they don't feel comfortable. And we've both done many for people that haven't felt the comfort, if you like, of being able to do it themselves. I'll hand over to Hakan for a couple more reasons.
Okay, thank you very much. Right, Hakan, tell us more.
Yeah, just briefly. Obviously, in terms of raising awareness, you know, there are estimates of anything between 10 and 15,000 Brits on the island, or in North Cyprus, should I say. You know, it's a difficult way of getting to all 10,000. Obviously, we're using yourself as much as possible, so thank you very much to CyprusScene. We're also using Cyprus Today to date to have publicised the campaign. We've also used Cyprus Today in responding to a number of articles, mainly about some responses that we've received from MPs. Stephen Day has written a number of articles in Cyprus Today promoting these issues. So again, it's all about raising awareness, drip feeding information into the British accessible mediums. And also, hopefully in the near future, I'm going to start meeting with more NGOs here based in Northern Cyprus, particularly those who have got British national members. Hopefully we can work together and they can use their communication tools to spread the word and spread the message.
Okay. So is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
So there's an issue about politics. We have to, at the outset, we have based this campaign on humanitarian grounds. Basically what that means is tackling the isolationist policies and tackling the discriminatory policies against and towards Turkish Cypriots and foreign nationals who reside in the TRNC. To be honest, I have to accept there is a fine line between politics and the humanitarian grounds. But I want to emphasize the fact that so far we are basing it on humanitarian grounds. We are not being backed or are not supporting any political party in the TRNC. So this is not we're not being biased towards either the opposition or the current government. And certainly in the UK, we're not with or against Conservatives or Labour. If there was a Labour government in power, we would be carrying out this campaign. If the current Tory government, we are obviously targeting them. But it's not Labour, Conservative, it's not UBP or CHP. This is apolitical in terms of that respect. We are also not referencing anything about bi-communal, bi-zonal federations, and we're not referencing anything about two-state solutions. This is simply about discriminating against Turkish Cypriots and foreign nationals who reside in the TRNC.
Okay. Peter, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
I think one of the important things is that we reassure our members that the BRS, although we've taken the lead in this, if you like, the members of the committee maintain their, if you like, day jobs, and nothing is being done to affect that at all. None of the, just to sort of pick up on Hakan's point, no funds are being provided by governments or anything like that to us to run this campaign. It was purely following Stephen's article. So there's nothing further I don't think I need to add. Hakan, is there anything for you?
No, that's it really. In terms of next steps, we're going to continue with the letter writing campaign. We're not setting ourselves any limits or any end dates. We'll let it go, run its course, to see how many more letters we can get sent out. Yeah, and we're trying to be as flexible as possible, so not constraining ourselves with anything. Obviously, there will come a point in the near future where we'll have to analyse the responses and work out a strategy for what to do next. But at the moment, it's full steam ahead with encouraging as many people as possible to send their letters.
Okay. I think if I may, I'd just like to off the shoulder, maybe put a closing comment on this. I've lived here for many years in the TRNC. I've seen how the country has progressed, how it's being held back. I think it's very frustrating. I've seen and become involved in various lobbying campaigns with the British government, to which those receive after a period a closing statement which says we can't do anything, and worse still, many people are just totally ignored when it comes to asking for fairness and good treatment of good people here living in North Cyprus. And I think it's crazy. So I wish you well with your campaign, and I just hope as many people as possible stand up and be counted. So what more can I say?
Thank you very much. Much
Okay.
appreciated.
You're welcome.
All right.